Here's what happens. Can't believe I'm going to show you guys this. Here's what happens when you don't put a rag over what you're cleaning. You're welcome. What's up, guys? Ran with Glass of Detail here. Hey, today I'm going to show you how to do a complete interior clean on your vehicle. And we just happen to have our new Jeep, Lumpy. It's pretty dirty. We just got it. Give you a little tour. Got a lot of crap in here. I'm going to give you the step-by-step process to get this completely cleaned. Got a little bit of coffee spill there. First, I want to show you my setup. So check this out. Hearing protection, air with the nozzle, brushes for the drill, cleaner. I actually have some glass cleaner we're going to use as well. Microfiber towels. Those towels are not my exterior towels, completely separate. And then we have our battery-powered Milwaukee vacuum. All right, I'm going to give you a little walkthrough, just kind of show you how dirty this thing actually is. All right, we got some stains in the carpet. Ladder for my wife to get in. Don't judge me. We got a little bit of dog hair, some nastiness. We're gonna make this thing shine. So also, as you guys are getting ready to vacuum, if you see anything big that might clog your vacuum, pick it up, put it in your pocket. A couple of those, you'll have $1. We might actually grease the hinge today. Did you guys hear that? Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Glove up. Oh, here's the glass cleaner I mentioned earlier. This works on headliners and like on your dash and stuff where you don't want to get streaks. Works pretty good. I'll show you how to use it. Now for cleaning glass, I actually prefer this because it's way easier and better for streaks. Hey, so far 50 cents. We'll take it. Let me show you guys why I call this lumpy. It's kind of lumpy. I mean, this side's actually pretty straight. We are going to cut the fender flares because at full stuff we are hitting. We'll probably cut them back here. Then we're going to weld on some metal fender flares. Okay, so its real name is Lumpy Butt, and this is why. It got full stuffed and became Lumpy Butt.
I said, you got a lumpy butt.
But it runs good. It's got Dana 44 axles, 456 gears, gosh, 37-inch tires, air compressor, onboard air compressor, front air locker, rear electric locker, frame stiffeners, rock sliders, you name it, it's pretty much got it. Oh, and it's getting new headers here pretty quick. You know what, let's start. We're going to start on the driver's side and kind of show you what we do. So I always start from the outside in and then headliner down. Okay. Milwaukee portable vacuum, not sponsored, but pretty dang sweet. So we're just going to turn it on. I apologize for the noise. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our air gun and we're going to blow stuff off like this. And this gets all the loose dust off that you don't really want. And then after you blow everything out like that, then we take the vacuum and vacuum everything up. You can blow it all backwards. And then blow it out of the cap so you don't have to breathe it. And we're just doing a rough vacuum now. We'll do a better vacuum right before we clean the carpets because we're going to get it messy. Another trick you can do is you can take and blow it like this, right into the vacuum. Hey, look, now I'm up 75 cents. Now this has a lot of dog hair. A lot of times if you just take your rubber glove and go in one direction, it'll come out. They do make dog hair brushes and stuff that work pretty well, but I found this is just one less tool I have to have. Okay. Like I said, we're just doing a rough vacuum first because when we clean, we're going to make it a little bit dirty as we go. So we'll vacuum it another time before we clean the carpets. And then after that, before the end, we will vacuum it one more time as a final vac. Okay. Oh, look, we have our light bulb covers for the headliner right here. Those go up there.
Oh, would you look at this?
Yeah, well. All right, this is good enough. So what we're gonna do, again, that's not the final vacuum, but like I said, good enough. Okay. I usually bring my cart with me, so it's right next to me, but I got a camera in the way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my brush and some interior cleaner. I'm gonna have a rag with me, and I'm gonna, since these windows are tinted, this has ammonia in it. You don't wanna ruin your windows. So I'm gonna put my glove here. Make sure my spray's right. Yeah, okay. Don't worry about your electronics too much, guys, because honestly, you're just gonna blow it out anyways. Okay. So I have a dry brush. I'm gonna soak the brush so that when we go to clean it, we get a nice bead like this. Remember all the grime that was in here? I'm just gonna scrub it, pull the handle back. Anything you can't get with the brush, a lot of times the air hose will do the rest. Now sometimes you're gonna get a little, I don't know, like the white coloring on the window knobs and the door locks. You're gonna get a little bit, it's gonna come off a little. Don't be alarmed, it's perfectly normal. It's a 1997 Jeep Cherokee, so it's got some age to it. Okay, so I've got it all done. I'm gonna wipe down this whole thing, and then I'm gonna take air and I'm going to dry it. Now, if you guys want in-person training, hit me up. I'll leave my email and contact info in the description below. Okay, so I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna blow out all these cracks. Now, if you guys don't have one of these, not sponsored, but the Rag Company, these things are awesome. Way better than your traditional air for stuff like this. And more efficient. Now, I'm not using anything fancy. I'm not gonna put a dressing on this. I don't like that personally. I like it to feel clean. The dressing starts to attract dirt and get sticky. So here in the summertime, or when I'm out in the desert, which is where I live, dust just makes it stick and gets it a whole lot worse. So this is nice and clean, smooth. Also, when I'm done, I blow out this so I'm not transferring dirt to other places. Let me show you. I'm not taking this piece off. Normally I take these off. It's what's holding this microphone cord up. I'm simply not going to mess with it. Also, this is a brand new headliner and sun visors. So they technically don't need to be cleaned, but I am going to show you the process just so you have it. Okay, so This is where the glass cleaner comes in, right? I'm going to take this and I'm going to lean my seat back, make sure that the other door is open because you're going to blow the remaining out. So lean my seat back about as far as it will go. I'm simply, oh, let me back up. The reason I'm using this sprayway glass cleaner is because it doesn't eat the glue on the headliner and dries very, very quickly. Pro tip, right there. Okay, so I'm going to take it. I want to hold my air gun like this so it doesn't wind up in my face, and I'm simply going to mist everything. Blow it all out, and then I just wipe it down. Let's see how clean it really is, because I know it is new, but he did put new upholstery and new headliner in for me, which was pretty nice of the guy. Okay. And you guys can see there's no dirt on it. It's really clean. So I'm not going to clean the rest of the headliner, but you get the idea. Okay, so now I've got this whole part. Remember I said top down? So outside, in, top, down. So I'm going to put a little bit of cleaner inside my brush, just like what we did before. And I'm going to take and scrub all this. Now this whole process should take maybe 2 hours on a vehicle like this, but because I'm filming, it'll probably take me 4. Okay, so now we're ready to do the dash. A couple ways to do it. My window's not tinted, but you can just spray it on. Try not to get as much on the windows and then I'm just going to smear it with my gloves. And then same thing, I'm just going to take my brush and just give everything a scrub. Now I haven't shown you guys interiors because I don't sell a lot of interiors. Honestly, I don't care to clean up after people's mess most of the time. That's why I like exteriors. But I do know how. I do have 24 years of experience doing it. So almost 25 actually. So it's not a hard thing. It's just not my favorite. Okay, now for the vents. This is where a lot of people get confused. And there is some good tricks out there, but let me see if I can do this one hand. So I'm gonna soak the vent, right? A lot of guys will use a Q-tip or something, but you don't really have to. And then I'm gonna clean back here too while I'm at it. Clean the sides, this side, clean in here. And I'm really gonna work the vent. If I have both hands, I would be holding the vent steady, but I'm trying to show you guys the process. And the reason I spray deep in the vents is the cleaner is going to do the rest of the work of the stuff that I can't get. So now, let me see. I got to use 2 hands here. So let me put you where, okay. Now, I simply do the same. And a trick to keeping the car pretty clean is constantly clean out your brush. If it's got a lot of dirt in it, just blow it out real quick. It only takes a second. Now, the tricky part. The hardest part of any interior is going to be this section right in here. We have this dash cluster here. What we don't want to do is blow our product back behind it. So I'm actually going to mist it with a little bit of glass cleaner and then kind of wipe it down from there. About like that. So it's very easy to, in the process of trying to blow this off, blow product behind the screen from the air. And then once it's back there, you got to take the whole thing apart to get it out. So I just misted it with glass cleaner, cleaned it. I'm just going to blow from back here so it's not as powerful. We're going to pre-soak everything, kind of like what I did on the door. So I'm trying not to get any product back behind me. Spraying it all over my legs, which is not fun. And I did just get product back behind me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take this other towel, I'm gonna dry it, and then I'm just gonna let this towel kind of cover it a little bit, which is good and bad. Maybe I should have done the steering wheel first and then worked my way back so I didn't make it a mess, but it is what it is at this point. Now the same process I did on this front is the same process I'll do on the dash clusters, the same process I'll do on the radio. Now I did take my rag like this, just behind the steering wheel, and we're good there, so we're just gonna blow. Okay, clean out the rag or the brush again. I always lean outside the car when I'm doing that. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Now this being an older rig, there's not near the nooks and crannies and electronics that there is on these newer rigs, which is kind of nice. So for now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on this part. And I'm going to do the vents first, but I don't want to soak them too much because I don't want it to drip onto there. So we're gonna turn it that way, turn it this way, get both sides. Same thing here. When it's open. Okay, all right. So what I want to avoid is blowing too hard here because I don't want to blow it into the head unit of the radio. Ooh, lost the towel. The reason I'm using the rag to cover things up is so it doesn't blow in my face. Now another trick too, if your cleaner does not get all the streaks off, just mist it. You don't even have to scrub it with some glass cleaner and dry it out. So check this out. Ooh, nice. Okay, let's move on to the screen. So same concept here. I'm just going to mist it very lightly. And actually, I'm going to mist those controls too. I'm going to blow my brush out. And then I'm going to clean this all right here. Notice I'm not really taking my brush to the touch screen. Down in here, we have a lot of gunk that needs to come out, but that's also a piece where moisture gets trapped behind it. So we're gonna try it with glass cleaner. Hopefully that works. If it doesn't, we'll try something else. It's already scratched, so I'm not really worried about it getting scratched again. I don't want to blow too hard from here, so I'm going to wipe as much as I can. I'm going to hold this way up high. Okay, so now I'm going to take my key. Not going to start it, but I am going to do this so I can clean behind it. Do this part, which is not easy to do when you're 40 inches off the ground. Okay, and I'm skinny-ish. Okay, so this part, same thing. Okay, just gonna brush it. Now inside here, in the seatbelt, they always get grimy and nasty, so I just take this and work the brush. And hopefully it gets that crap out. Like I said though, guys, this is actually pretty clean for a 1997 Jeep Cherokee that's a wheeler that goes out and plays in the dirt all the time. Okay, air hose. So we're actually almost done with all the hard stuff. Okay, now we're going to do this. Same concept, scrub it. It's just a lot of the same thing. Now we're not going to do a deep shampoo with an extractor on the seats. I can show you guys that at a later date, but I am going to do what's called a light shampoo on the seats. So, same as the cup holders, guys. Keep your face out of the way. You'll thank me later for that. That was close. Here's what happens. Can't believe I'm going to show you guys this. Here's what happens when you don't put a rag over what you're cleaning. You're welcome. Now you guys know. Now you don't have to take my word for it. You just saw me do it. All right, so we are going to move to like this edge of the seat over here. And then we're going to do the seat. Like I said, light scrub like I talked to you guys about. Because it is brand new upholstery. So I'm going to simply spray down here. And this you can't really scrub much, so I'm just going to let the air do most of the work. And then I'm just going to take my air hose. Like that. We are simply going to, we're going to soak it pretty good. Now when I learned to detail, guys, these fancy brushes, even these bigger spray bottles, didn't exist, including this. This is freaking awesome. Okay, so we're going to soak the seat. We're just going to take the drill and just scrub. Simply dry it off. Now this is new upholstery, but it's still, I don't know if you can see that, pretty dirty, which is fine. So maybe it did need a shampoo, and I just was pretending it didn't. And if you guys don't have an extractor, honestly, that's a great way to clean it up. Now on your rags, you have 8 sides. You have 1, 2, 3, or 3, 4, and then completely flip it over like this. And you have 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is just a general purpose cleaner, or like an interior cleaner. It's really nothing fancy. Okay. So now we're going to do this lower part of the seat, but I am going to cover up our work as far as the dash and the center console go. And we just towel it off. And as I'm using the towel, I'm not pushing super hard, but I'm pushing hard enough to kind of scrub it with the towel a little bit as I go. It did need it. It's pretty gross. Now, an extractor is I would say quite a bit deeper of a clean. But if you don't have one, this is a great technique. Okay, remember I said that we're gonna vacuum it again? Well, we are. Okay. We're gonna soak everything. Like really soak it. I'm gonna clean all this. Again, not real fancy, guys. Again, it's a rock crawler, but at least you get the idea. Let's see, can you see it right here? I found a whole freaking $1 in this car. Pocket. Okay, same thing on this side. We're just gonna mist it real quick. Do a light scrub. Typically, the backs of seats don't get real dirty and gross. All right, we've got all this cleaned up. We've got the whole dash done, except for that spot I just missed right in here. We're gonna hit that real quick. Move to the back. Okay, so I'm gonna do this a little different. I'm actually gonna take and spray my rag, kind of saturate that, and then a couple areas I'm gonna scrub, but for the most part, I'm just gonna wipe all of this down. It just goes quite a bit quicker. Like I said, I'll scrub a few of the areas, but most of this I can just clean real fast. Guys, I'm 6'2", and this is up to like the middle of my stomach. That's how tall this Jeep is. So, fun for wheeling, kind of a pain in the butt to get in. Okay. Oh, and I get all the way up here and I don't have a brush. It's easy, that's it. Not really nothing fancy to this, but there's a little bit of technique involved if you want to do it professionally, or if you want to do a good job on your own. I hope this helps. So a little background on me, guys. I have worked on cars as far as cleaning them and detailing them pretty much since I was a little kid. And then finally worked in a professional detail shop when I was 18. Worked on really high-end stuff, and I've been detailing cars ever since. Have a lot of knowledge. I'm still learning. There's still a lot of product out there that I'm learning about, but it's changed. The industry has changed quite a bit since when I was younger. Got 24 years of doing this, and it's been pretty cool. When I first started, there was just a handful of products that we had, and a few of them were decent, and most of them were not. Now, gosh, guys, there's thousands of product, and the technology of these products is off the charts. It's if you guys are old school like me, the technology has come so far. I mean, they have products that are just incredible in every aspect that you could imagine. I'm just going to soak a cloth and wipe it down. It's good. If it's super dirty, then you would, obviously scrub it with a brush. But a lot of times too, if you clean with your eyes, meaning you look when you're done and make sure it's clean, then you don't have to worry about it. If it looks clean, it probably is. If it looks dirty, it probably is. Okay, so I got the floor mats right here. The Jeep's idling in the background drying. I'll show you how I do that. I crack the window just like maybe a 1/4 inch. And I turn the heat on high, both on the upper part where it blows on the seat and then the lower where it blows on the floor. Let it run for a half hour, and it's dry. So floor mats, we're gonna pre-soak them. And we're just gonna do the same thing, guys. We're just gonna brush it. Now, a lot of times the back of the floor mats don't need to be cleaned, but I do always at least rinse them off. All right, guys, I'm gonna give you the tour real quick. As you can see, I'm running out of daylight. It took about 5 hours, but I stopped and talked to my friend for a little bit when he pulled up. Took a couple-minute break. It's probably a 2-hour job if I didn't film. Oh, and that's the other thing. I kept moving you guys around so you could see. So let's check this out here. Oh, let's move this. So what I did is I turned it to high, put it on upper and lower, and then heat, and then I cracked the driver's window just a little bit. And actually, if I crack it a little bit less, that allows the air to, I can't crack it less, that allows the air to circulate while drying the floor. So, you know how I talked about doing a final vacuum? It's just to get the miscellaneous stuff that got blown around. Typically, I would fold, for a client, I would fold the seat belts up nice, make it look good and dialed, but I think it turned out pretty good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you on the next one.
You got it all inside of you. Feel it to be true. And when you dance, I'm in the groove.
Whoop, whoop.